Welcome back to a new live stream. Welcome back to DEVember. Today is day 24 and today is actually also the Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas to everyone who are celebrating. And also today is actually the last day of our DEVember series. So what I want to do in this live stream is to wrap up the DEVember series, to review the tutorials that we have worked on and how they can help you. And also, I want to give you a sneak peek in what's coming next in 2024 from notJust.Dev. In fact, today you're gonna be able to have a sneak peek inside what's coming next and to have a taste of it in the video that is dropping today at 3 p.m. in 3 hours from now. So make sure to stay till the end of this video. I'm gonna talk more about that. We can have a conversation, and then I will let you watch the video and the documentary that we have worked on for the last probably year. Anyway, hello everyone who is joining us live. How are you doing, guys? Hello, Stewart, Joseph, Justice, the edit card. Stewart joining us from Nova Scotia, Canada. Nice. All right, guys. So what was our DEVember series? Where is it? Here it is. So during DEVember, we decided that, hey, before we move into the Christmas mood and the holidays, let's focus on our learning. Let's have a very intense 24 days of React Native tutorials. Everything was done here on our YouTube channel, and during every day till today, we have created a project. We have learned something new. We have integrated with something cool. We implemented animations. We learned more about React Native, Expo, how to use them, and what different possibilities you have when using these technologies. All the videos, all the tutorials, they are public on our channel, and I believe they will be helpful for you long time into the future, because whenever you have to do something, you can come back and see if we implemented that in DEVember. So yeah, there are a lot of videos from this month only. And while you are here, can I do this? Yeah, I wanted to say, while you're here, make sure to also press that subscribe button. It takes you probably a second, but it helps us a lot. So let's talk about the different tutorials that we have created and what we focused on during 24 days. This will work as a, as an index to look and understand what you can take out of this. So in day one, we started everything with introduction of React Native and Expo, and we learned how to, first of all, set up a React Native application, how to create a project, how to connect it with GitHub, and also how to set up and configure Expo router as the navigation for your application. In fact, the core of our application that we used for the rest of the videos was done in the first day, and this list with all the days, with the structure for the screens, it was also done in the first day. Expo has became my go-to technology when creating React Native applications. It has come a very long way, and nowadays there is not a lot of benefit of not using Expo because it gives you a lot of tools. It makes the developer experience much better, and at the same time there is no limitations. We also saw how we can use like native packages that depend on native code. For that, we simply had to build a project. So with that being said, like, there is no reason why not to use Expo nowadays. Moving on to day two, that's where we created the onboarding screens. Onboarding screens is such a feature that most application needs because it helps onboard users, and it affects them how easy it is to start using your application. So in day two, if we go to the onboarding, that's what we see. It's multi-step onboarding screens with animations when we move from one to another. We can also swipe to move back, swipe right to move forward, and we can, at the end, it will redirect you to the application. So that was day 2. If you're interested, if your application needs some onboarding screens, this one is a very easy way to do it. Add more details, explain some of the features, some of the most important features in your application, and help users get started with your application. Moving on to day 3. What did we do in day 3? I already actually forgot most of the project, so for me it's also a nice time to remember what we managed to do. In day 3, we learned about rendering Markdown in React Native. And Markdown is a text format. It's a way to format text. And here, if we go in day 3, we used Markdown for the description of our days from here on. So the content that you see here on the screen with title, with description, with bullet points, all of this is Markdown, and you can edit it really easily in a text format. So we also implemented a real-time editor. So here we can preview what we have. You see lists, titles, even images, code blocks, and all of this is created through this MD format. If you're using GitHub, the README is using this format, so you must be familiar with some of the stuff. For example, this one is a subtitle, this one is a title, lists will automatically work. So yeah, pretty cool whenever you're working with text-intensive content. Maybe you're building a blog, maybe you want to display the news in your application or some updates or some heavy text-based pages like a privacy policy, about us page. In this situation, by choosing to use Markdown and render Markdown, you simplify the whole process because you don't have to style all the titles, all the lists, all the images, and so on. You can write them in Markdown, use the Markdown renderer, and have basic text formatting out of the box in your application. Also, it's great when you have user-generated content because, and specifically if they are more technical inclined. Anyway, from day 3 on, we used this Markdown to add some descriptions. And with day 4 for us, moving on to day 4, here we learned about animated splash screen, and also we learned about Lotti animations. If we go to the animation, we started by trying to use a Lotti animation in React Native. So we downloaded this animation from Lotti Files website, which has a huge library of Lotti animations. And from React Native, we can interact with it, play, we can pause it, we can reset, and so on. After we learned how to work with Lotti animations, we integrated this splash screen that has a background, that has the Netflix logo, and whenever we go to this screen, it will animate once. After we have done that, we actually learned how to use this component in the actual splash screen flow. So if I will reload the application, you're gonna see that it starts with the static and image, and after that it animates to Netflix, and then we also smoothly animate from splash screen with a transition to the main screen. Also, that's a great touch you can add to your application. It's just purely aesthetics, and improving a bit the whole experience. All right, so moving on to day 5. What did we do in day 5? In day 5, we learned about maps and how to work with maps, and we integrated that in the AirBNB style maps. This idea was actually taken from the idea board that you guys, where you guys submitted a lot of ideas during this DEVember. We have more than 91 ideas here for pages of ideas. We managed to implement some of them, but there is also a lot of great ideas that I'm planning to use in the next year in some tutorials, specifically the ones that have a lot of upvotes and a lot of interest. One of the most voted idea was related to maps, tracking items, seeing data on the maps, and that's what we have done in day 5. If I go to Airbnb, most probably it's not gonna work because we stopped using Expo Go, and here I would need to generate them. Here I would need to generate a Google API key, so that's why it's not working. But if you switch to Expo Go, which I'm not gonna do that right now, you'll be able to see the Airbnb maps with very similar, like here, with custom markers on the screen, with displaying the currently selected home at the bottom, and also using a bottom sheet navigation to display a list of all the properties there. So it's a great tutorial, especially if you're working on an application that depends on maps, when you have to render markers or data information on the map. That's a great one to check it out. Now, moving on to day 6. What was day 6 about? Oh, day 6 was a great one. In day 6, we did the collaboration with Katalin Miron, and we implemented the Tinder swipe animation. So we started by rendering a card. We stacked them on top of each other, so you can see at the top here the cards that are coming after this one, and we can scroll right and scroll left. We can move through them. When there is only 2 cards remaining, we load more of them so that you can have an infinite list of cards that you can swipe through. I really enjoyed this tutorial. It taught me also a lot about animations, how to think about them, how to use Reanimated, and I'm glad that Katalin decided to join and help me with implementing this one. So shout out to Katalin Miron. He said he's coming back to YouTube live streams. Hopefully, we're gonna see some great tutorials about animations from Katalin soon. All right. Anyway, the next one, day 7. In day 7, what did we do there? Oh, there voice recording and voice memos was created in day 7. That was the first week, the last day of the first week. So if we go to the memos, we would be able to record memos. It will ask us for the microphone. I think we will. We also implemented, you see, this kind of waveform that depends on the loudness of the microphone. So if I will stop speaking for a bit, you see that it stops. Then I will stop it, and we also learn how to automatically generate these kind of waveforms. And you can see that somewhere at 70% I stopped talking, and that's why we see the dip here. And we can, of course, play them back, and it will animate the way they play, like this. So pretty cool tutorial, and I see that you guys actually loved it, because it's one of the best performing ones so far at 11,000 views. So yeah, happy with how it turned out. It's 3 hours, but it teaches a lot about working with microphones, recording audio, then playing it back, and some really cool stuff on top of that are all the small animations and generating the waveform based on an audio file. All right, that was the first week, the first 7 tutorials, a lot of projects, a lot of learnings. I hope you enjoy them, guys. And then we started the second week. Come on, my keyboard is not working. So moving on to the second week of DEVember. What did we do in day 8? In day 8, we learned about fetching API data and building a weather API. I'm not sure if I didn't delete the API key yet. So if I'm gonna go to the weather API, it should ask you for your location. I will allow it once, and it actually works, and it says the current weather in Santa Cruz. And here it also renders the weather for the next days every 3 hours. So a lot of data here. And I really like how the UI turned out. Like it's pretty clean. I like the blur background of these cards, and it's a sweet application that you can build in probably 1 or 2 hours. Let me know, write down in the comments how many degrees are there at your place. This is 21 Celsius, so it's quite hot here. But today I'm actually going back. Right after this stream, I'm boarding a plane and going back to Moldova. And in Moldova, it's like 0 degrees. It's almost freezing. So it's going to be fun to go from 21 to 0. And for the USA friends, I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit. All right, so moving on, day 9. What did we learn in day 9? In day 9, we integrated an authentication flow, and we actually used the latest version of Amplify. This was a request probably from a lot of students from our academy and other people that are using Amplify in their projects, because in the latest version there are some changes. I wanted to show the ideas here, but yeah, they are here. And what we did is we integrated the authentication workflow with AWS Amplify. So if I will try to go to a protected screen, it will first check if I'm logged in or not. It will allow me to sign in, create an account. If I'm new here, it will allow me to sign up, create an account. And all of that logic of the actual flow is actually working. So I think I can try an account that I created back then, but I'm not sure if I remember the password. Oh no, yeah, I remember. So now it allowed us to go there. We cannot go back. I mean, if we would try to go again to the protected route, we will not be redirected to the login screen. So the whole workflow and the data flow of going from the protected route to the authentication, that was also covered there, and we used Export Router for that. So authentication is something that you need in most of the applications out there. So if you're interested, if you're using specifically Amplify and you want to see the latest version of Amplify authentication, check out day 9 for that. All right, moving on to the next one, day 10, the React Native Biometrics. Yes, this was in a way a continuation of features related to authentication. Sometimes what you want to do is to do local authentication or biometric authentication using Face ID, fingerprint, or the Touch ID from iOS. We have done that. We're using Expo local authentication. So that was day 10, biometrics. Yeah, here on the iPhone, I don't have a Face ID selected, but it will, I was not sharing it. So if I go to the biometrics right now, on the simulator, I don't have it set up with Face ID, but I can write here the PIN, and it will allow me to go to the next page. So just like that, you can protect places, you can protect actions based on biometrics if the data is specifically targeted to only the user of that device. -8, oh my God. Vo could not follow start to end this DEVember series, but it's something to remember. Thank you very much. Thank you. You always have the possibility to jump in at any point, take a tutorial and learn something, because these tutorials are not connected between each other. They are all targeted and specific to a topic. Moving on into day 11. In the day 11, what we have created was we integrated with React Native camera application, and we have done that using Vision Camera library. And And yes, I'm not sure I will be able to showcase it here on the camera device not found. It should run on a physical device. But anyway, we learned a lot about using camera, working with it, taking pictures, displaying them, saving. And also in this tutorial, we integrated a barcode scanner using Vision Camera. Great library whenever you are working with camera applications. Check out and see how it works. Day 12. Oh, day 12, we had a fun TikTok feed implementation. And during this one, we learned how to render and how to build applications for short form video. Doesn't matter, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, IG Reels, they're all the same. And this allows us to move from one to another. It automatically pauses the video as we scroll and plays the one that comes into play. It also has like some overview that you can add here, like icons and more details. So yeah, very useful for people that want this kind of experience of full screen content. Can be videos or photos that you can scroll through, and it will also automatically play the active one. In Somali now 32. Josep 32 here in Salam. Oh boy, that's a lot. All right, so that was the day 12. Going to day 13, what we implemented there was, yes, a very useful thing. We learned about EAS, build, submit, and update. So yeah, in that day, we got started with EAS, which stands for Expo Application Services. That helps us build our application using the EAS build, and we build it in the cloud. This helps us automate our build pipeline and also allows people that do not have a Mac OS to build an application for iOS by using EAS build. We also learned how to submit it to store using EAS submit and how to send updates over the air using EAS update. And these are the updates that are instant, and they shouldn't, they are not going through the review process of App Store. You don't have to rebuild the whole application if you are just fixing a small issue. You can use EAS update. So yeah, check out, very useful for the whole process of building, submitting, and updating applications with Expo and EAS. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite tutorial from DEVember series. And we are moving on to the day 14. In day 14, we learned about push notifications. Push notifications probably is some of the most requested tutorials on our channel. So we did that. We learned about push notifications. We integrated the local notifications with the Expo notifications library. And also we implemented remote notifications that you can send to the user device, and we tested everything. Not sure if I will be able to show anything from this day. That was day 14, because it was mostly about notifications. And I should also use a physical device for this. Anyway, moving on to day 15. In day 15, we started messing around with a to-do application, and we used this in other tutorials. So in day 15, we simply started with building and designing a to-do application. That is probably one of the first applications that you would build, but I have never created a tutorial on this. So you can see it here. We can add here tasks. We can mark them as complete. We can move from one to another to filter them, and we can also, search. So all of this in day 15 was done. In day 15, we focused on the user interface of the to-do application. And in day 16, we learned about React context and how to use it for managing the global data of our to-do list application. So the user interface and the features are the same, but in this tutorial we have used a context, a React context that keeps track of all the tasks and are managing like updating them, changing, deleting, and so on. This is a better approach than previous one that was using local state, but still this is not the best because yes, you can use React context to manage state globally. For small applications, that's perfectly fine. But as your application grows, as you have to wrap more components inside your React context, the performance might take a hit. And if that happens, you'd need to integrate with a proper global state management library. For that reason, in the next day, in day 17, we have learned about Zustand, a global state management library for React application and React Native application, and we have learned how to integrate it and use it in our application. So day 17 is about also to-do application, but focused on global state management with Zustand. Great library, super easy to integrate. It was the first time that I used it, and I think I will use it more in other projects where I will need global state management. All right, so that was a couple of projects about the to-do list application. We learned a lot how to render beautiful UI, how to manage the state, how to optimize it, how to use a React context, and also how to use a global state management library for that. Now moving on to day 18, here we implemented the Instagram Stories component. That was a huge one because in this one we not only integrated the story component and the time-based animation that progresses from one story to another, but we also integrated let's say that 3D cube animation that swipes between them. So if I go to day 18, I'm not sure if we did it here. No, because in that situation we used for building the 3D cube animation that you can see here, we needed a new property added to React Native 0.73. React Native 0.73 will be included in Expo SDK 50, which is currently in beta. So that's why for this tutorial, we created a new project using Expo SDK 50 beta version, and we used that property that allowed us to transform around the center of a cube, and it made it way easier with that simple property compared to how you would do it before having like the transform origins. So really cool tutorial. I really loved it, how it turned out, especially the 3D cube animation was, but I thought it would be harder, but it turned out pretty cool and quite easy. Maybe not super easy, but not a lot of things to understand there. So yeah, in that tutorial we learned about React Native 0.73 and Expo SDK 50. Moving on to the last 4 days, actually the last 3 days, because no, 4, 0, 1, 2, and 3, yes. So in day 20, we actually built an AI application, and we built the ChatGPT wrapper. This application is built on top of OpenAI GPT models, and I will open it here. And it allows us to interact with OpenAI models. You can ask it whatever you can ask ChatGPT, and it will answer you. For this one, we actually also created a separate project because we needed Expo SDK 50, but in this case, we needed Expo Router version 3. In Expo Router version 3, they're introducing API routes that allows us to write server-side code. For this project, we needed server-side code to interact with OpenAI API in order to protect our private key and not expose it in our binary in our application. So we used the API routes. It was quite easy to do that. I will probably try to run it so I can show you, because we had 2 days dedicated to this one. I don't know where it is, but I will quickly open it here and do npm start. Let's see, I have application building, and I will open it. Come on. Run on iOS. Here we go. Expo Go launching. And the cool thing is that you can build applications on top of ChatGPT, on top of OpenAI GPT models. You can fine-tune them. You can provide a better user interface. And most importantly, you can create a tool that is niched down specific to a target group and instruct GPT to give you better answers in that direction. That was our ChatGPT wrapper built in day 20. And before I move on, I will also say that in day 23, yesterday, we actually continued this project with AI, integrating with AI generated images. During the first part, you asked me how would you integrate with images as well. So I decided that let's go ahead and do the same for images. So now if I will say here, draw or developer coding at night, it will first understand the purpose of your prompt, like if you're trying to generate an image or simply an answer. And after that, it will call a different API method for generating images using the DALL-E 3 method. So here we see the image. This is a very good starting point for AI applications. So if you have some ideas, make sure to check it out. It's a starting point, but it's a good structure that you can evolve from here and adapt to specific needs, add your own features, history, being able to download, being able to edit images. That's also something that's possible. And yeah, you can build really cool applications around this. So 2 more days. In day 21, Best Entertainment, the Vadim and Catalina animation duet. To a versus. What are you saying? The best one was Yes build. I have a question about RevenueCat. What about consumable items like coins? I have seen that this is a thing. What's the approach there? Is it the same with webhook again? To be honest, I'm not sure about. There is in-app subscription and there is in-app purchases. The consumable are the purchases. So I'll have to double check that to give you a proper answer. RevenueCat is specializing on managing in-app subscriptions. And that's actually a good intro to what we have done in day 21. In day 21, we learned how we can monetize our mobile application, and the best way to monetize an application, or the most common way, is through a freemium model where you have a free version of the application, and for a pro membership you get access to additional features. This is called in-app subscriptions, and these subscriptions, the challenge is that they should be processed by Apple if you're running on iOS, or by Google if you're running on Android. The problem is when you're building a cross-platform application for iOS, Android, and web. In that case, it's a bit difficult to manage all of these subscription sources. The solution is RevenueCat, and with RevenueCat, you can integrate with RevenueCat, and RevenueCat will manage automatically the subscriptions for you. You'll be able to manage your user subscription, like buying, like subscribing, and checking if he subscribed to something really easy by simply calling the RevenueCat API. We are providing a very easy to use SDK that you can integrate in React Native and have a single source of truth for your in-app subscriptions. Not only it allows you to integrate easier, but it also provides you data in one single place. So if you want to know like the health of your application and want to check the subscription metrics, you'd have to go on all of these different platforms, on Google Play, on App Store, and moreover, the data that they are providing or the insights are quite limited. With RevenueCat, you get everything in one place, so you can take better decision and see at a glance the health of your business. So in this tutorial, we learned about in-app subscription. We set them up in App Store. We integrated RevenueCat in React Native to manage subscription, and we have built a paywall. This tutorial, I will also want to mention that RevenueCat donated a very big amount of money to the charity that we have organized during this month. That I'm gonna talk a little bit later in a moment. So yeah, let's quickly finish with day 22, because the day 22 was kind of a tutorial that shows you the reality behind developing and fixing bugs and going from one problem to another. In this tutorial, I tried to integrate with Watermelon DB to build a local first application. And long story short, I didn't manage, but I fought hard. So it's still a tutorial that can teach you something, can teach you how to approach problems, how to debug, and from the discussions that I had with our students, they benefit from these experiences as well. They see the reality, and it gives it can give you an insight of how you can approach these issues as well. And that was actually all the tutorials that we have done during this month. Oh my God, what a month. Let me bring one this closer because I have to. So, what do you think about these guys? Which one? Let's see which one was your favorite one. Nevin is saying, thanks for the 24 days. Thank you very much. I'm watching all the videos now. That's awesome. Yeah. I like the way you handle the issues with Watermelon DB. It was, and I cannot see the last word. It was great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes that happens as well. Day 21. Did I miss day 21? What happened during day 21? Oh, day 21 was your favorite one. And that one was about RevenueCat and monetizing the application. Perfect. Do you have an application? Are you already have you already set up the subscriptions for your application? I'm working actually on a side project, like on a mobile application that it's purely for me and to test different features in that application in a production way. And for that, I haven't integrated subscriptions yet. I'm still building a couple of features, and I think I'm getting close to the moment where I would be able to integrate subscriptions. I will have some premium features that I can put behind a paywall, and in that situation, I'm definitely gonna use RevenueCat. Someone is saying day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 till 23. Nice. So the next step, as always, saying that DEVember is not just about learning. DEVember is also about giving back. During this month, we thought that, okay, we're going to do a lot of tutorials. It's going to be daily. We need to do something as a community. We need to gather for a good cause. And we decided to create a fundraiser called Education for Children, to gather together as a community and try to have an impact specifically around education, as this is the topic of our channel, because there are a lot of people in the world that don't have access to education, and I think that's a huge problem, and that's why we decided to do this one. We found that the Save the Children organization, they're doing a lot of great stuff, and also they focus a lot in the education sector. So they are providing accessible education to children worldwide. And we decided to set up the fundraiser together with the Save the Children, and we have done that directly on YouTube. I'm happy to say that until this moment, we have managed to raise $3,658 for the Education for Children fundraiser. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who donated, and everyone who donated: Rogelio, Stuart, Sagar, Vale, Travis, everyone else who I didn't catch in the live chat as well. Big thank you to you guys. Special thank you to, of course, Vexo for donated €250. We have integrated Vexo Analytics. Actually, where did I miss the Vexo Analytics in our tutorials? I think I skipped a day, right? Yeah, day 19. Day 19 was about Vexo Analytics. I'm not sure where it went, but the video is on the channel, and it's a great tutorial on how you can easily set up analytics. It was day, as I said, 19. With one command line, we integrated with Vexo, and we had a lot of insights in our application. Things like heat maps, information about the user. So yeah, it was really great, like very simple, but very powerful. And we give you some insights into some data that other tools for analytics are not doing, such as the heat maps, the paths that the user take. Really great one. So yeah, thank you very much, Vexo, for donating as well, and for building a great analytical tool specifically for React Native. And of course, huge thanks to RevenueCat. They are the biggest donator. They donated $3,000 towards the Save the Children organization during our Education for Children fundraiser. RevenueCat, if you're interested in learning more about RevenueCat, you can check the video that we just discussed about in-app monetization with RevenueCat. Here it is day 21. Just 2 hours, and you can integrate with RevenueCat and start monetizing your application. RevenueCat actually was the first company that believed in what we are doing, and they supported us. 2 years ago was the first time that they reached out to me and wanted to work on a tutorial together with them. And after we were already using it at my previous startup, so I know a lot about RevenueCat. I was very happy with how everything works there, and it's bringing a lot of value to manage in-app subscription, especially in a React Native application where you're targeting both Android, iOS, sometimes even a web. So yeah, I'm also very happy that you guys decided to donate. Yeah, appreciate it. Huge shout out. And also on this topic of our fundraiser, I was saying that another way we will donate is for every 1,000 subscribers that we get during this month, we are going to donate $100 to the fundraiser. That's gonna happen today. So at the end of the video, I'm not gonna stop the live stream until we actually donate. So stay tuned. We're gonna check how many subscribers how many new subscribers were during December, and we're gonna donate the money to the fundraiser. Anyway, guys, the fundraiser has still 6 days left. It's going to be until the end of December. So if you still want to donate, you can do that by going to the page of any videos that we have created during this month, and you're gonna see the pop-up with donating. Again, thank you very much, RevenueCat, Vexo, and everyone else who donated. Now, what's up, guys? What's the next step? The next step, I think that was the most important part about DEVember. Really glad. I was planning this series of daily live streams from previous year. And I was thinking that it would be hard. But yeah, it's difficult, but the time passes so fast, and especially I enjoyed a lot because I was trying to also use things that I didn't know in order not to get bored, in order to keep learning, growing together with you. So it was a great pleasure to learn together, to share some knowledge with you guys, and I hope that you learned something great and you took out some good insights and you became a better developer by following DEVember. And I hope that you can use this to always look back whenever you have to implement some kind of features. You're gonna search and hopefully you're gonna find some videos from DEVember. Okay, so what's next? What's coming in 2024? That's a good question because we are finishing DEVember. Today I'm flying back to my home country, Moldova, to spend a couple of weeks there with my family. And when I get back, we are starting something huge. We are starting a new batch for notJust.Accelerator. notJust.Accelerator, if you don't know, this is our new program that will help mobile developers build and launch mobile apps in 3 months. It's not about education, it's about people having ideas, coming here and getting help to make them a reality and implement and launch them on the market. Let me go here. So this is not going to be our first batch because during the summer of 2023, we held a pilot batch for our Accelerator program. How it started, I sent an email to all our Academy students from notJust.Academy with a very small subject line. I want to help you build your application. And 20 people applied there. We selected 5 of them and we started working. Today, I want to share with you the story behind 2 of these projects. 2 of the projects that launched during notJust.Accelerator, during our pilot batch. It's a documentary, so we're very excited about how it turned out, and I'm looking forward to start working and to help more developers build and launch mobile applications. So that documentary with some stories and some insights that you can see what's going on with our accelerator is dropping today at 3 p.m. It's premiering, so I'm going to be there. Someone from our team is also going to be there, and we're going to celebrate together the launch of notJust.Accelerator. That's in 2 hours, so make sure to go to the channel. Where is it? Make sure to go to the channel. And here under the videos, go ahead and press notify me to receive a notification when the video drops. Oh my God, it's so exciting. Should I show you something from inside, or should I keep the secret? Anyway, guys, yeah, this is going to be a very big part of the 2024 for notJust development. We plan to have 2 batches per year. The first one starts in January, and the way we select the projects is through an interviewing process. So the first step is the application process. It's open right now. You're gonna find more information if you go to the documentary, or if you go to notJust.dev/accelerator, there will be a button to fill out the form with more information about your experience and also your idea and the problem that you're trying to solve. After that, the projects that we believe that we can help the most, that we can make a reality in 3 months, and that are bold enough, we're going to have an interview. We're gonna select only 10 projects because it involves a lot of personal work, helping developers along the journey, a lot of calls. So at this moment we're limited to only 10 people, 10 projects a batch. So yeah, everything starts January 15th, but the application process is already open, and it's going to be open probably until the end of December or the first week of December. So the faster you apply, the more chances you have to get into the accelerator. Okay, so let's see. Reveal it, keep it. Reveal it, keep it. It's let me just show you, I don't know, maybe a couple of shots. I'm not even maybe gonna play it, but just for you to see, like, this is something that, like, from a production perspective, it's a different level, and huge thanks to Catalin Bajak, that is our editor working with us. He also went to London to record everything, and the last 3 months I think he was working on this one. So not sure if even I can see it, but I can find it somewhere on my computer, and I can here. I'm not even gonna play it. This is Gigi. He joined the accelerator he started coding in March when he joined the notJust.Academy. He didn't have any experience with coding, and he just learned through the course. And in June, he joined the accelerator, and by August, he launched a social media application. So crazy story from Gigi of how he implemented everything. He was working a lot of hours. So check out, like, it's a really interesting story to know, and quite motivational because anyone can do it. Some interviews with Your Only, and also Ted has a full-time job. He is also in the tech. And the challenge for Tad was timing, but he managed to build an AI application for studying languages. So yeah, check out that. So I'm not gonna spoil more of that. I'm gonna let you enjoy, and it's gonna be in 2 hours. So not a very long time from now. I lost the chat. Where is the chat? Where is the chat? Guys, where are you? I lost you. For real. But I'm trying to find a window. Yeah, here it is. I see it. It's gonna be fire. Yes, it is. Michael is saying, let me maybe do it like this better. Michael is saying, thank you so much. This was my first time using React Native, so much thanks. I appreciate it. You're very welcome. Which country are you right now? Just wish you a great flight back home. I'm currently in Spain, but very far from the Spain mainland. I'm closer to Africa. I'm in Canary Islands, and it's going to be a fun more than around 24 hours on the road to get home. I have a 6-hour flight, then a 10-hour bus ride, and then an hour car ride. So it's gonna be fun. But I'm gonna take some books and make sure to enjoy the time going home. I was waiting for this one. Tired after daily live streams, but it's gonna be so great to finally be home. All right, so I think we covered most important parts, and I think now is the time to go ahead and do the donation that I have promised. First of all, let's have a look at the number of subscribers from December. So here, sharing my full analytics with you guys, full transparency. During December, 3.6 thousand new subscribers joined our channel, joined the community. First of all, welcome on board. I hope you're gonna find our work valuable and you're gonna learn something out of it. So that means that, so the promise was, let's check it out. For every 1,000 subscriber, we're gonna donate $100. So quick math, that's $360, right? Can anyone help me do the math? I'm on the live stream and my brain doesn't brain. So divided by 1,000 multiplied by 100. Yes, 360. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and round it up to $500, and there is still time for you guys to subscribe to the channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you do. Let's go ahead for a good cause. We're going to donate. I'm gonna go to notJust.Dev. Let's go here. Hello, Vadim. Hello, Vadim. And let's find the donate now button. Let's go ahead. And we are going to donate, not even dollars, we're going to donate 500 euros, which currently is $550. So a bit more than what we had to do, but let's do it like this. Continue, confirm. Here, I'm going to show some bank details. Don't want to do that. Well, I have to confirm it. Yes, I have to confirm. And here it is. Should be ready in 2, 3, and thank you for your donation. Perfect. I don't know what's that. Now, if we go ahead and refresh the page, we should be at 420. Anyway, guys, so there is still 6 days left. Let's see if we can get it to at least 4,500, and let's hope to get it to 5,000. Okay. I need to stop the live stream, but I really don't want to. It's so fun. It's the last day. I still have to finish packing my backpack because I always do it in the last minute. But it's fun to spend time with you guys. Stuart, thank you very much, and thank you for being one of the most loyal subscriber. Stuart, Rogelio, and some of our guys were here every single day. So thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, probably let me do it this way. Is there any way to implement multi-language and time zone in mobile app and as well as currency conversion? Yeah, you can do that. Look at the JavaScript internalization. Maybe we can. I was planning to do something about multi-language support. We didn't manage to do it, so that's a lot of ideas for tutorials next year. So make sure to be subscribed, and we're gonna do it. I finished your course, Stuart. Did you finish the whole course, the Duolingo and the Instagram and everything? That's impressive. Rogelio, thank you very much. Hey, have you tried to make arcade game in React Native? I haven't, but can you give me an example of an arcade game? Oh, the survey. Oh, you said the first course. Okay, so yeah, that's good. Keep going. The second part is way more in depth. And if you're interested, guys, if you want to learn more about React Native and become a better developer, we have our premium React Native course, our notJust.Academy, that goes way more in depth into building mobile applications and specifically full stack mobile applications with React Native and AWS. Check it out if you're interested. We'd be happy to help you there. We have weekly group coaching calls, and it's always a pleasure to meet new students joining our academy. Pac-Man, for example, Super Mario. Actually, yesterday I was coming home, I remember, and I had the idea. It would be cool to do Flappy Bird in React Native. Because for that I would use Skia, and if the Flappy Bird doesn't have a lot of, it has a little bit of physics like gravity, but it's quite easy to understand it. I think my basic math knowledge will help me to implement some basic physics. Because I don't know, around 6 years ago I was into game development. I was building them. I was using Unity at that time. So it was always fun to build games. With the help of your videos, I was able to build my first app, which basically acts as a finance management application with AWS and React Native. I started learning React Native almost a month back. Oh my God, that's so impressive. In 1 month? Congratulations. That's the best feedback that I can receive. Oh. Hi, do you still use React Native CLI, and why now so many people use Expo? To be honest, I don't remember when was the last time using React Native CLI. And why? Just because Expo provides a better developer experience, it's more stable. For me, with React Native CLI, it's always some kind of issues. With React Native CLI, you are responsible for managing the native side projects. The native side projects, especially when upgrading and stuff like that, are very error prone. So, and also if you don't have a lot of native side experience, the errors and the crashes that you're gonna get, they will be a bit harder to debug. With Expo on the other side, you let Expo manage your native side project and you focus on the JavaScript side. That's why. And basically at this moment, I cannot think of a lot of reasons why you wouldn't use Expo. All right, guys. So again, don't forget at 3 p.m. the documentary from our first batch of Accelerator is dropping, where you'll find some stories from developers that built and launched mobile applications in 3 months, and there is a lot of things to take out from that video. I say you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we will see each other after the holidays with more content, with better tutorials for you to learn and become a mobile developer. Anyway, guys, have you ever looked at Tamagui or Infinite Red Ignite? I use Tamagui in my application, in one of my applications. Really good one. Happy Christmas, guys. Happy holidays. Spend time with your family and enjoy this time, and get back stronger next year. All right. Bye-bye. Happy holidays. I don't want to press end stream. Did I say anything? Everything. Bye, Stuart. Bye, everyone. All right. I think I'm going to go. I think I actually have to go.